Hey guys, welcome to today's episode. Today I want to talk to you about how you can dramatically increase your chances of getting a job. And this is especially relevant in these times with COVID. I know a lot of people right now are unemployed. Here in Costa Rica, about a quarter of the entire country right now doesn't have a job. And I want to give you a perspective of not as someone who's gone and got work, because I don't have a lot of experience doing that. My experience for the last 15 years has been more hiring people. I've had numerous companies that collectively have hired probably over, at this point, maybe 700 staff. One company had over 300 people at one point at its peak. Here during the resort development, I had a lot of people here working at the same time. So some of those people I hired directly, a lot of them I hired indirectly, but I want to give you the perspective of what an employer looks for and talk to you about how to make your application, you, stand out from everyone else. The good news is it's relatively easy. And I want to start by telling you a little short story that happened in the last few weeks. So here at the resort, and with everything that I've got going on with Strive, things are starting to pick up. Tourism is coming back, so on the weekends, more and more people are coming to the hotel. Not just my hotel, but also around the country, tourism is starting to pick up. So that's good news. And then Strive, we're about to do our second event in less than a week, and there's a lot of things going on. And then I have events planned every single month from this point on. So I'm very busy right now, and one of the number one roles that I'm looking to hire for is a general manager at the resort. I'm looking for someone to oversee all operations because frankly, I am just stretched way too thin. I've got too much going on and I want to focus on Strive. So about 2 weeks ago, I found a headhunter, a recruiting firm, and I tell them, look, I want to go and hire a general manager. I want to find someone who can run the resort, someone who's got relevant experience, at least 10 years, and I'll give them a good salary and they can come stay at the resort, have all their accommodation, food taken care of. So they say to me, okay, that's great. We're going to start looking, and in about 1 week, we're going to present you the candidates. I wait a week, hear nothing from them. I follow up, and I follow up again and again. And finally they tell me, they say, we're having a really hard time finding people. And I say, well, what's the problem? So we get on a call and they tell me that the salary is not quite where it needs to be. Now I disagree, and this is often what happens when you hire a recruiting firm and they're getting paid a percentage of the salary. Of course, they're incentivized. They want you to pay a lot more for the salary. It always happens. But I know that after this last year, the hospitality industry especially has been wiped out. A lot of people don't have jobs right now. So there's a lot of management talent out there who still doesn't have work. So I know my offer is perfectly fine. But they tell me they've got 4 candidates. And these candidates are interested, but their other little question besides the salary, they say they don't like the hours that I required. Now the hours that I required, I wanted someone to work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. And for a lot of people, I know that might sound extreme. But if you are the general manager of a resort, I'm sorry, but that is pretty normal. You're overseeing the whole operation. You're overseeing what's going on in the restaurant, maintenance, the housekeeping. You're doing a lot, and the idea of showing up to work at 9 and then going home at 5, I don't know any general manager running a hotel that's working 8 hours a day. It just doesn't work like that, not in my book. Now I was willing to compromise. I said, look, we could do a little bit less, maybe we do 10 hours a day, but certainly not 8 hours. But the reason why I share this with you, this is not an isolated experience. I've hired a lot of people over the years, like I said. And even recently, I've been hiring people to do things like copywriting, to do things like video editing. And what I find is that the vast majority of people want to put in an average effort. That's why they're in that average category. That's the vast majority of people. But the thing is, employers, of course, aren't looking for average. They're looking for A players. They're looking for the top 10% of talent that has that above average ability, and they're willing to put in an above average effort. They're not looking for people that treat a job like a job. They're looking for people that want a career and they really want to make it a key focus, a key priority in their life. That is what we are looking for, and that is what gets rewarded. If I look at all the salaries that I paid out over the last decade and a half, it would be millions and millions and millions of dollars. and most of it went to a minority of people. It wasn't like everyone was getting roughly the same amount or in the same range. The differences were staggering. I had people making at one point, you wouldn't even believe me if I told you how much. They were mostly working on commission. But the people who get rewarded are those who are willing to put in an above average effort and bring their A game to the job. And so if you want to stand out in the workforce, even during these times where there's so many other people competing for you, because unemployment's so high, it's not as hard as you think. You've just got to show that you're willing to put in an above average effort. That goes a long way. I know it sounds obvious, but so few people do it, that if you do it, you will stand out, you will get noticed. It's the same thing when you're applying for a job. Most people, when they apply for a job, they're just sending in a resume. But go above that. Do something that shows that you're above average. Make a video cover letter. Provide a solution. Look at a problem with the company that you're looking to work for. Come up with a solution. Share your ideas. Show that you're proactive. Show that you're not just going to put in the average effort. No employer wants that. They're looking for A players. So that's it for today. One more thing as well. If you're not getting my daily email newsletter tips and you want to join my list, go to mattlloyd.org. Okay, that's 2 T's, 2 L's. But if you subscribe to my list, I'm going to send you a daily email every day. And I promise you they're going to be not only entertaining, but they're going to be useful. They're going to help you in your life in a wide variety of different aspects. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.